On average, we're between 8,000 and 18,000 hours per filter, depending on application.
Welcome to the MTD CNC Tech Corner. I'm here with Phillips from 39 Technology, and we're going to dig into how their new Apex line actually works. Welcome to the show, Phillips.
Thanks, Arthur. I'm super excited to be here.
I am too, man. I want to dig into this. I want to understand how you're filtering out all this mist.
Well, that's a great question. We're actually not filtering anything.
You're not filtering?
No, we actually are utilizing separation technology. We're not actually filtering or really collecting anything.
Well, how does that work?
A great question. So our technology, our separation technology, is actually very old technology. It was originated in the milk industry, where you separate the fat from the milk and then re-add the fat back to the milk to create your different types of milk, like your whole or 2%.
You mean like milk. The milk I might grab a glass at home or put in my cereal?
Exactly.
That kind of milk?
Exactly. So we had a couple engineers about 25 years ago that had a tremendous amount of this separation technology experience who decided to repurpose that technology in the metalworking industry. So what they did is they took these discs, attached it to a 4-point rotor, then spun that rotor at a high speed, which creates that centrifugal or that suction power, right? We then draw all the mist into the disc stack, which is patented, by the way, into our disc stack, and then it separates down to 1 micron in a blink of an eye. So immediately, we're separating all the oil mist down to 1 micron and returning it back to our machine tool for immediate reuse.
So it gets filtered back out and goes back into the machine. But how is that different from your competition?
That's a great question. So there's different types of mist collector technology out there. Typically, our competition uses 2, 3, sometimes even 4 stages of filtration to get down to 1 micron. We do all that with our permanent media and our patented disc stack.
Okay, so with the competition system, what happens to those filters? Do you know how often you have to change them?
Well, oftentimes, depending on the amount of oil mist, they can be changing those filters out weekly, bi-weekly, bi-monthly, bi-yearly. It's a tremendous amount of downtime and maintenance.
Do you still have a filter in this unit?
We do. Our mist separator does have a filter. It's actually our H13 hospital grade HEPA filter.
Okay.
So we're filtering down to 1 micron in the disc stack. So the HEPA filter is only really seeing 1 micron or less in our HEPA filter, which gives us a tremendous amount of filter life. On average, we're between 8,000 and 18,000 hours per filter, depending on application.
The average shop out there, if they're just running one shift, that machine's only going to see maybe 2,000 hours a year.
That's correct.
So that's like 4 years for some of these filter lives.
Absolutely.
So, all right, I got a question for you. I don't know if you're okay doing it with the cameras rolling, but could I time you and see how fast it actually is to replace one of your filters?
All right, you're putting me on the spot. I think I can do it, though.
You think you can do it? Okay,
I think
I'm going to grab my phone.
Okay.
And I'm going to open up the timer, and we're going to see, because you were talking about how their systems are so arduous and so much downtime. Let's see how long.
Okay, so there's 4 things you got to do to change the HEPA filter.
Yep.
Are we ready?
I'm ready. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
All right, let's go.
First thing we're going to do is we're going to pop these 2 straps. Just like that. On the side, on both sides, there's going to be a little kickstand. You pull this up, turn the kickstand on both sides.
No pressure. You're at 10 seconds.
Pull the side down, and then the HEPA filter pulls right out, just like that.
So it's out and open in 15 seconds. How fast to close her back up?
Now, slide it back in with a new filter. Flip the side back up, watching your fingers. Make sure you kick both sides down. Drop it down, and then relatch the straps on both sides.
Man, under 30 seconds.
Oh my goodness, that's my personal best right there.
Under 30 seconds every possibly 4 years, depending on how much runtime you're getting. Yep. That is ridiculous.
Absolutely, and I don't think I mentioned the duct cover yet. So this guy up here, it keeps the decibel level 65 decibels or lower.
Really?
So it obviously leads to a much quieter machine shop.
So it's quieter than most things that are already in a machine shop. It pulls out 99.9% of all of the oil mist. You've got a HEPA filter for that last little bit and then the submicron stuff. And then I get to return the oil back to my machine tool.
That's correct.
So how many units are already out in the world?
You know, there's more than 18,000 units in the world.
Wow.
But Arthur, I think we forgot the most important part of our technology, or what I feel sometimes is the most important part of our technology.
You got to tell me.
We self-clean.
You self-clean?
We're the only people in the world that self-clean. So because of our permanent media, our discs, we can clean them. So we use what we call our SIP. It stands for clean in place.
Okay.
It's a self-cleaning mechanism that, say, about every 15 minutes, we spray about a 7 to 8 second blast of coolant onto the disc deck. Now we pull that coolant from the clean side of your coolant sump.
Yeah.
So we're constantly cleaning all day long. So the inside of the disc stack and rotor chamber look as clean day one as they do, say, day 1001.
Phillips, one of the things we're here to talk about is these products are actually part of your new Apex line that's just launched. What are some of the key advantages to this new line that you're bringing to market?
A great question, Arthur. Again, it's important to remember with the Apex, we're not reinventing, we're just building on a legacy of trust and results. So starting over here by your hand over here, you see our drain hose. We've increased the size. Along with the bottom of the mist separator, we've increased the slope so the fluid can drain a lot quicker. Also will allow any of that swarf or that particulate to be able to drain quicker so there's less chance of a blockage. Up here on the top of the mist separator, you also see there's a light bar. Now, it's awesome when you go into a machine shop and you see nothing but green light bars throughout the entire machine shop.
I love that.
But more importantly, when it's not functional, it'll also tell you as well. So it'll give you a warning when the HEPA filter is full, or if the screen's full, or if the unit pretty much is not functioning correctly. Back here, and this is the part that I love, is that our clean in place is now coming standard on board. So every new Apex unit has a clean in place that comes, so it makes it even more plug and play, so you don't have to add a separate unit. Speaking of plug and play, I'm really excited about this because I work in the field all day with this product, but we now have a new 16-pin Harding plug. So we can just plug it right in. It makes it much easier for the installation process. And finally, I mean, for me, this is something that's very awesome. We have a control model now that we can put down next to the machine operators where they're standing every day. They can turn it off and on. They can function through the SIP, function through our mist separator, and it allows for, when the doors open, we're able to clear the cabin before the doors even open. So it really sets us apart from our previous models. I'm very excited about the Apex, if you can't tell, Arthur.
I can. So now with the colors, and I love seeing that in the shop, but when it's way up in the top, is there any integration now with your new connector so that the machine control can tell us what's going on?
Absolutely. Again, our mist separator can be wired in to the machine tool. So all the function, all the coding is all integrated on board.
So you can filter out 99.9% of all your oil mist, return it to the machine. You get a HEPA filter you might only change every few years. You can change it in 30 seconds or less. And the guys on the floor aren't going to be breathing any of that crud in anymore on their machine tools either.
That's correct.
Well, this is fantastic technology. If you're looking to put oil mist separation into your machine, save money, save your guys, and make a cleaner environment for all the young people, Phillips, that we're trying to bring into the industry.
Yep.
Let's make them some bright, beautiful shops. Well, thank you so much.
Perfect. Thank you, Arthur. Thanks for having me.